Yep. What's your opinion of czars being named without vetting or oversight by Congress?
I don't like it. I really don't like it. First of all, I mean, you know, let's step away from the legal aspects of it. The name czar, I don't think, has too much of a place within the United States. It doesn't match our sensibilities or our ideals, I feel. It's a way for, you know, getting back to the semi-technical aspect. It's a way for the White House, and this started off with, I think, the first Bush started doing this, way to get people into powerful positions where they can have significant influence without having to deal with the checks and balances of congressional vetting or oversight, anything along those lines. And we see some of the people entering those offices. I mean, one of the more extreme examples, although there have been quite a few, someone's been talked about quite a bit, Van Jones, a self-proclaimed communist, and somebody whose views were very much not in line with American ideals. And yeah, I'm opposed to the use of them.
Other than the free market capitalist system, what do you believe is the source of our nation's strength?
Yeah, actually, that's really interesting. The Chinese. It was God, I can't remember who it was. It might have been the premier. It was 3 or 4 years ago. He said, you know what? We figured it out. What makes America great is not its liberty. It's its capitalism. Well, you know, I disagree. I think that the two are very connected, and I think what makes the country great and strong is its liberty. We're capable of having open and frank discussions, dialogues. Actually, and this has come up with regard to China just a couple days ago regarding search engines in that country, specifically Google, and the fact that censorship was taking place and was imposed upon Google searches. And actually, there were the Chinese government, I think it was some suspected the PLO, the People's Liberation Army, of hacking into Gmail and all those kinds of things. I think what makes America strong is the fact that we have those institutions, and that also if you look at a lot of the stability indexes around the world, one of the things that they all look at, if you look at Global Insight or I think the Economist Intelligence Unit also has one. One of the things that they look at in terms of strength is those libertarian institutions, your ability to have free and open dialogues with one another, and things like that. So I think that that really does buttress our society and make us great.
What do you believe the federal government's role is in the regulation and funding of abortion, gay marriage, and medical marijuana?
I do not think the government should. You spoke about funding. The government should not be funding abortion. I don't care what side of the issue you fall on. I'm not saying abortion is good or bad, but I'm saying in this comment that the government shouldn't be funding that. Absolutely not. The government shouldn't be funding. What were the other two? Medical marijuana.
Gay marriage and medical marijuana.
I don't think the government should be funding any of these.
Or regulation. Regulation and funding.
Pardon me. Apologies. In terms of gay marriage, where I stand is, I'm I think a common sense libertarian on this. I don't think that the government should be in the business of marriage at all. What individuals, what civic organizations, or civil organizations rather, like churches and different groups like that, want to form, I think it's up to those groups. For tax purposes, maybe the government should create an entity that says this, these two individuals are a unit, but whatever the two people want to call themselves, I think that should be up to, just remove it from the government. I don't think they should be involved in that aspect of it. And the other was
medical marijuana.
That's it. I thought about that a little bit. I think I need to think about it a little more. But there's this old debate in the UK. They teach it all the time in debate training, and it's this house would legalize all drugs. And the classic sides that come out, because people will often swap sides just to get practice, and it's just a classic they've had around for decades. But the sides that come out are usually that, the side that says no or rather, those who are opposed to it would say that, drugs impair your ability to self-determine, to make decisions, and once you're taking them, you're not a free-willing actor. So that, we should ban drugs. And then the other side says, no, free-willing actors should have the ability to do it. Where I come down is any substance that prevents you from being a free-willing actor, it needs to be heavily regulated. I think that there absolutely is room for for marijuana to be regulated. I think it needs to be regulated, but the extent to which I think is open for debate. I'm not saying that marijuana should be legalized. I'm saying I think we need to have a discussion about it because this is a contentious issue. I don't smoke marijuana. I didn't smoke marijuana in high school. I didn't smoke marijuana in college. So it's not an issue that I know too much about in terms of personal experience. It is a contentious topic.
Will you strongly and publicly support the promotion of traditional family values, and how, if so, how would you go about it?
I do support traditional family values, absolutely. What those are, I would need to know specific cases, what you mean by that, as I think that there could be a lot of definitions, and I don't want to take a shot in the dark at interpreting it one way when it was really meant in a different way. Ultimately, I'll offer my perspective in terms of philosophy as a whole. I'm very fiscally conservative, but on social issues, I tend to be a little bit more moderate. And actually, it was just brought to me, a friend introduced a term that I hadn't previously heard, and that was social libertarian. And I've started to use it quite a bit, and I think that that's the way that I best describe myself on that.